Bill Maher gets completely destroyed, owned, smacked down on his show again. Folks, it has happened yet another time. Bill Maher is just taking L after L on his show. He's just high on TDS. He's been huffing it, puffing it, you name it. Bill Maher's done it. It's bad, and you're going to see what I mean right now. So we're going to get right into it. But first, real quick, do me a huge favor here. Like our video and share it around so we can keep bringing you all this great, hard-hitting content. And as always, Patriots, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
Here's my question. When last we spoke several years ago, you were stuck on this issue. You're still stuck on it. How come?
Because it's not been resolved.
So wait, what is it that hasn't been resolved?
The asymmetry of American elections. The fact that if one party, the Republican Party, wins the election, the other party goes, okay, you win some, you lose some, and they go home. Hillary Clinton went home. Kamala Harris went home. Yeah. You can't imagine Trump ever going home.
Excuse me. Now what you're doing is injecting metaphysics into what might be a matter of... So the question is not what he did. The question is not even what he might do. What you've just said is one can't imagine what he would do. But on the other hand...
No, I don't have to imagine what he did in 2020, which was never concede the election. I'm not even...
Dude, he didn't have to concede the election. He lost. If somebody is beaten in a prize fight and the other guy gets the belt, the person who's beaten does not have to concede. It's not necessary. He's lost.
Well, it is necessary. The analogy falls down because that if a prize fighter loses, it doesn't inspire people to riot.
How did he inspire people to riot?
By not conceding the election.
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on. So wait a second. He didn't say the words, I concede, and so that meant people rioted?
Yes. What do you think January 6th was about?
What do you think January 6th was?
It was about people who did not hear their leader say, as every other leader in this country has said after an election, okay, I lost. We welcome the new guy. We had disagreements, but now we're all Americans. When Obama took over, George Bush stood next to him and he said, we want you to succeed because when you succeed, Trump didn't do any of that.
Okay.
Oh, but Hillary Clinton somehow did that? You notice how Bill Maher just skips over Hillary and goes right back to Bush and Obama? Isn't that convenient? Maybe it's because Hillary Clinton, much like Donald Trump, allegedly, didn't actually do this so-called conceding thing. Yes, in fact, you can call them both election deniers, whatever, but Hillary Clinton was the OG election denier. All right, she set the trend before anybody else did. Or, I don't know, maybe we could actually say it was Al Gore. Yeah, I don't know. But focusing on Hillary, she would not give it up. She kept insisting that, the election was taken from her. It was so unfair, blah, 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 blah. And Democrats will always gladly gaslight you with this and say, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. She conceded the day after the election. Yeah, it's not so simple because that leaves out a lot of context. Let me read you some quotes here. So check this out, folks. This, for context, is in 2023. Okay, this was just 2 years ago. Hillary said in an interview, the Russians have proved themselves to be quite adept at interfering, and if he has a chance, Putin, he'll do it again. I don't think, despite all the deniers, that there's any doubt he interfered in our election. Part of the reason he worked so hard against me is that he didn't think he wanted me in the White House. Okay. And, notice how they say you're the denier for saying that it wasn't rigged against her, but you're also a denier if you say it was rigged against Trump. Okay, interesting. In 2017, I believe he knows he is an illegitimate president, Hillary says of Trump. You can run the best campaign, you can even be the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you. Uh-oh. Did Hillary just say the S word? And then, the cherry on top, Hillary Clinton has the nerve to complain after Trump, lost the election, in 2020, complain about how, they're doing Putin's bidding, they're sowing distrust and divisiveness in our democracy, they don't believe in it, they're so terrible. You see what I mean? All right? They are so full of it, okay? So never let a Democrat try to push you around and push this fake, fictitious narrative on you that only Donald Trump ever questioned election results. It is a lie.
So what?
So what? It inspires half the country to not accept the basic democratic principle that we have elections, and when you lose, You go away, and then you become the loyal opposition. They don't see themselves as the loyal.
You like me have built a career out of nothing except talent and a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, but you're full of shit. I don't understand when you say that he did not say the words "I concede" caused half the country, which you just said, to riot.
No, I didn't say half the country rioted. A lot of people rioted, and it was less than half the country because he got less than half the votes and still won. That's okay. That's our system. But a good deal of the country, approaching half, the people who are MAGA, the people who love him, at least a third of the country, will now in the future never accept any electoral results. And a democracy can't continue in that way. You have to have this situation we've always had where the one football coach walks across the field and shakes the hand with the coach who just beat him in the game.
Okay,
as tough as it is.
Let's be real, guys. Maher has got massive TDS, all right? It is out of control. And he's had similarly cringy debates with numerous people off and on his show over the years. And if there's one thing Bill Maher hates more than Trump, it's a well-reasoned argument or point being made that doesn't actively crap on the president. He's had these kinds of debates with Charlie Kirk, Megyn Kelly, and a little bit more recently, Michael Frazzese. All right, take a look. Get ready for a TDS explosion.
Here's breaking the law.
Here's the thing. Here's what they're talking about. And this is what Bondi recently said. We're no longer going to use the Department of Justice to target an individual and find out what crime he's committing. That's what they said. That's what's been going on in lawfare for the past couple of years. But I can almost understand it, mafia, organized crime, because we were allegedly criminals at that time. So, hey, let me see what this guy is doing. We know he's doing something. We don't know quite what, but we'll figure it out. We'll investigate him. Because it's backwards. In our life, you didn't have a crime and then they go investigate it. They were investigating you to see what crime you might commit.
But the mafia was committing crimes. You deny that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
extortion, loan sharking.
I'm saying you could almost say that's okay. All right, we know these guys are criminals. We don't know exactly what they're doing. We hear it. We have to find out. This is a criminal organization, so we'll target individuals and go after them. I would say kind of okay.
It was a fishing expedition where there were a lot of fish.
Correct. That's a good way to put it. Okay. But do you do that? Do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved with organized crime?
But you were involved.
No. But I'm saying I'm okaying that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved in organized crime because you don't like them, because they disagree with you? They're not they don't have the same agenda.
No, that is wrong. And there is some of that does go on. Absolutely.
Would you agree that a lot of it went on with Trump?
With Trump? Oh, what? You're obsessed with Trump.
I'm not obsessed with him, but I just want to have this discussion.
Oh.
Get ready. Maher's about to get pretty triggered.
You're talking about lawfare. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a tough question that he put the country in, because as president, you don't want to go where so many other countries have gone, where the guy loses an election and now they prosecute him. Because
they prosecuted him while he was president also with 2 impeachments.
Yes, because he does commit crimes. See, this is the little fly in your ointment, like not conceding the election, trying to get fake electors to show up when he knew, and every court told him you can't do that. That went to court over 60 times, laughed out of every court, pressuring the Justice Department, calling up the guy in Georgia, who was a Republican, the vote counter there, and saying to him, I need you to find 11,000 votes. It can't be more blatant than that these are crimes. I would also say the Russia thing, even what he just said out loud, Russia, if you're listening, I wish you could help me with my campaign. We never did that before, Michael. You see, we ran our own campaigns. We didn't bring in ringers from the outside. It's part of the original documents that the founding fathers wrote. We don't want any help from outside because we're going to handle this ourselves. Maybe the Republicans and the Democrats fight each other to the tooth and nail, but don't bring in somebody from the outside. He broke that. He broke so many laws. Not to mention norms. So the idea that, well, it's just lawfare going after him. It's not lawfare if the guy actually did commit crimes.
TDS Central. And apparently not conceding the election is a crime. Only if you're Donald Trump, though, and not Hillary Clinton, according to liberals like Bill Maher. Guys, Bill Maher has lost his rocker, but that is okay. We know better. So with all that being said, comment below, folks. Let us know what you thought about the clip. I hope you liked it. And hit that subscribe button. And that way, we will see you again soon. God bless.